Meghan Markle is rumored to be the next president of the United States, but have those rumors been confirmed? Well, welcome to Beyond the Screen. I'm Nate, and these are the top 10 signs that prove Meghan Markle will run for office. Number 10. Reduced media appearances. Meghan and Harry are planning to scale down their media appearances from now on, so they're going to stop making tell-all Netflix documentaries, publishing memoirs, and taking part in interviews that reveal the inner workings of the royal family, apparently because they have nothing left to say. So basically they want to open themselves up to some more serious career endeavors, which is why over the last couple of months they've managed to keep a pretty low profile. This news is certainly interesting given just how much the couple have been criticized for insisting that they want their privacy, but at the same time they appear in interviews and make allegations about the royal family. When Harry and Meghan decided to move to California in 2020, it wasn't long before they started appearing in tell-all interviews and planning to make their first documentary. It's also been said that they're somewhat celebrity obsessed. Broadcaster and comedian Tim Dillon recently said on his Tim Dillon Show that Meghan had been trying to get close to stars to get places, and was even begging them to hang out with her behind the scenes. Number 9. Political ambitions. This isn't the first time that Meghan's tried to get herself into politics. She's obviously married to Prince Harry, which is, a member of the royal family, but it turns out that she's been trying to campaign herself for a government position since the moment she left the royal family for good. Ever since she landed in the United States, it's been her sole ambition to be a political figure outside of the royals, and she's been taking notes from Donald Trump. In the past few years, Meghan has attempted to morph her two passions into one: politics and media. Not only is there the documentary surrounding herself and Harry, but she's taken every opportunity to exploit their family secrets and push her 15 minutes of fame as far as she can. Let's not forget when she sat down with Oprah Winfrey in 2021 and aired out every single piece of dirty laundry the family had to hide. Of course, the royal family doesn't appreciate their secrets being shared with the world, so everyone in that situation is treated as the enemy. Same with their documentary. A lot of people who saw that agreed that it painted the Duke and Duchess in a terrible light. Number 8. Gavin Newsom's support. Over the years, Meghan has never hidden her left-leaning political beliefs and that she is confident that women can change the world. So when you think about her name being added to the list of Hollywood politicians, it's not really that crazy. A major Democratic donor who is close to California Governor Gavin Newsom is tasked with deciding who will replace the late great Feinstein, who we'll get into in a bit. He told several outlets that Meghan was definitely a long shot, but in the craziness that is politics these days, it might happen. Crazier things have happened, like the Terminator being the guy who used to have Gavin's job. The source who revealed this information also shared that Harry and Meghan had partaken in an hours-long virtual meeting with Governor Newsom, but that he ultimately chose another candidate. Her political campaign started and ended right there, just nothing. The source claimed that Governor Newsom had vowed to replace Feinstein with someone who had experience and that had held a high-level position with a similar field. The issue with that is that all of his political candidates have already announced that they're running against him in the next election. Number 7. Interim senator opening. According to reports, Meghan's name has been getting kicked around to fill Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat now that she has passed away. There is also an anonymous donor who said that Meghan was a long shot, but that her being chosen wasn't outside of the realm of possibility. It's been said that she made it known privately that she has political ambitions and that she has plans to get into the White House. She's reportedly already met with Gavin Newsom, like I just mentioned, but there was also another meeting, supposedly back in 2020, when Kamala Harris's seat was left vacant, and he obviously didn't pick Meghan to fill it back then, so I don't know, maybe he won't do it now either. But the situation is a lot different now, and it seems like she might actually be appointed as interim senator, at least according to Mr. Newsom. A couple of years ago, when concerns over Dianne Feinstein's health first came up, he told MSNBC's Joy Reid that he wanted to appoint a woman of color to fill Feinstein's seat in that case that she retired or, other circumstances like passing away. He doubled down on the pledge just a few weeks ago during an interview on Meet the Press. Number 6. Visits to the White House. Both during their time with the royal family and since their departure, Harry and Meghan have never stopped talking about the White House. For Meghan, it's more than just a building, it's her future home base. In 2021, Harry and Meghan launched a foundation that would grant them the opportunity to visit the White House and attend a charity function. However, just because they were able to attend one dinner does not mean that they would become regular guests, but apparently for Meghan, she didn't know that. Over the past couple of years, Meghan has tried time and time again to sit down with Joe Biden in a private setting to discuss politics and roam the halls of the White House. She's even gotten so comfortable with that idea that following the Queen's passing, she requested that President Joe Biden give her and Harry seats on Air Force One to attend the funeral, something he very quickly denied. Her ambition is strong, but the way she's going about it is all wrong. Number 5. Loves speeches. If there's one thing that Meghan Markle absolutely freaking loves, it's her favorite thing, it's a good public speech. Whether it's on stage or in a recording booth, give Meghan a microphone and someone to listen to, and that's it, you're set. While researching for this video, I found a ton of Meghan's speeches that I could have used as examples and honestly just done a 10 straight about them, but there's her first speech back in the UK since departing the Royals, the first speech she gave when she landed in the US on the news, and then of course there's her podcast, the longest speeches recorded for your audio pleasure. Despite having a difficult time getting that off the ground, and I do mean difficult, she was eventually able to find a rhythm and gained a massive following. Her show was eventually cancelled, but that did not stop her from appearing in other formats like Netflix, where herself and Harry shared every detail about their lives, yet somehow came out looking even worse than they had going in. If she continues to run for the presidency, there is no way that she would sit on the sidelines. She would be the next Donald Trump, always in the news and always somehow happy about it. Meghan may be ambitious, but what about the amount of people who have just publicly snubbed this woman or called her out? Such as number 4, Jason Sudeikis. As many people know, Meghan was a Hollywood superstar for like a hot minute, but she has more credits in the cameo department than anywhere else. Case in point was the comedy Horrible Bosses, starring Charlie Day, Jason Bateman, and Jason Sudeikis. Appearing in one scene as a FedEx lady, Meghan was disappointed to find that she was not invited to the red carpet premiere in Los Angeles. Everyone was offered an invite from every department, right down to the production assistants. I'm just kidding, they're not people. When Meghan reached out to her scene partner for an explanation, Jason reportedly played the whole thing off as someone else's problem. He didn't send the invite, so it's not like he did it on purpose, but regardless of who didn't send the note or who did, Meghan blamed Jason for snubbing her from a chance to attend a big Hollywood premiere. Number 3, Kate and William. So it turns out that these two are actually the original snubbers, being one of the several reasons that this couple decided to leave the royal family for good. According to their book, Meghan and Harry were deeply unhappy in their last year and discussed wanting something to change with the Queen and Prince Charles, who is now the King. This was before they took their infamous trip to Canada, where they officially started plotting to exit from Britain. According to the book, William was furious with his brother's decision, especially the way that they were handling things. During the little time that they continued to live in Britain, William and Kate were basically ignoring them every single moment of every single day, snubbing them on every carpet they could find in the house. The most notable snub that took place on camera, though, was when the four of them met at the gates of Windsor Castle, where Meghan and Kate briefly exchanged the iciest glare ever recorded before snapping into photo mode. Number 2, the snubbing of Hollywood. Meghan's A-list friends have been turning their backs on her ever since she departed from the Royals. Some examples. Sir Elton John is one of the biggest names in pop history, so it's no surprise that he likes to throw a party or two with a lot of celebrities in attendance. This past year, he decided to throw an Oscars after party after the ceremony where Meghan and Harry would normally be in attendance. Apparently they are not Elton's fans, but they've grown pretty close to him over the years. Something has changed though, and there is now some kind of a sourness between them. He disinvited the couple from ever attending another party, and the entire night was reportedly one big roast of Meghan and Harry. Additionally, Taylor Swift reportedly declined to be a guest on Meghan Markle's podcast before it got cancelled. Meghan made it her mission to get Taylor involved, even sending a handwritten invitation to her front door. According to her publicist, though, the invite was declined, as Taylor didn't want to get involved in anything to do with royal politics. And at number 1, the snubbing of the royals. So the king's coronation was a little awkward, am I right? Many were wondering if Harry was even going to show up, or if Meghan would dare to join him and step foot in the palace that they left behind. Well, she didn't, and it turns out that that was the game plan from the beginning. Meghan was rumored to have been left out of the invitations sent to her husband Harry. It seems like they just wanted close family at the event, and Harry was about as close as they wanted. When Harry arrived, it was no family reunion. The coronation was the serious event for serious people. Every time Harry would even mention Meghan, the topic would shift and he'd be warned to not say that again. The entire time that he was in attendance, it was just one big F you to Meghan Markle, who was more than likely watching the event from a massive 100-inch TV in a guest house. And those are some signs and snubs surrounding Meghan's political campaign. How do you think Meghan will do as the president? Well, voice your opinions in the comments below. I'm curious to see your thoughts. Thank you for stopping me on the screen. Drop a like if you had fun and follow the channel if you haven't already, you silly billies. And we'll see you next time.